too then.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that's going in the trash, actually. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Paul Romero with the Sellahouse Wholesale Trading Series number 13, and we actually have John on the call today. Glitch-free for a change. Tell us your little snafu story there, John.
Oh, well, since we started these hangouts, we've just been having one problem after another with first it was the browser, then it was the computer, and I would go back and I watched some of our hangouts, Paul, and you were clear, you were coming out, you were watchable. My segments were glitchy and breaking up like a bad cell phone signal, and to me that's unbearable to watch and learn from somebody with all these technical difficulties. So I finally figured this thing out over the weekend. I used my Mac computer with the Firefox, uploaded the new version of the Firefox browser, and bingo, everything's working out amazingly. And it's Monday, which I'm very excited about today, Paul, because I actually can eat food again. I've been fasting for the last 12 days, so I'm very excited about this week. So we're gonna have to do lunch and get some solid food in my stomach. But yeah, so why don't you intro us into what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, no, the cleanse thing is awesome. That's I definitely going to be doing that here in the near future. I think I need to make sure that I can do that over a course of period of time where I kind of know I can kind of chillax a little bit and not have to run a hectic schedule or whatnot, because it did sound like it was pretty weakening and took a lot out of you, and took a lot of definitely personal fortitude just to make it through that thing altogether. But the way you were coming off of it yesterday, just on the very first day coming off of it, and the difference between going in and coming out. Wow, I got to do it, man. I got to do it. So good on you for completing it, man. First of all, so yeah, today our last call we talked a little bit about the sense of urgency. We brought to your attention a lot of things that are going on in the world that mainstream media isn't feeding you the reality of what's going on in and around this world today, and how you really need to wake up, open your eyes, look around, perspective, not just fall into basically be one of the herd that's being led to slaughter. I mean, get out there, look for what is real, and take advantage of it. So we talked about the sense of urgency with just what all's going on, and the fact that now is the perfect time that you really need to do something, whether real estate wholesaling is it or not. I mean, John and I ourselves, we're involved in another business venture as well too, Swiss Gold Global, and we're putting that together as well too to create another stream of passive income, because in this world today, having one job and one paycheck isn't cutting it, and it's not going to take you anywhere except for becoming one of the 97% of all Americans who are going to die with less than $1,000 in their bank account. And if you want to be out of that 97%, the only way you're going to get there is with multiple streams of passive income. Wouldn't you agree, John?
Absolutely. Like Paul said, I mean, real estate is just one of the many vehicles that we're using right now to create wealth and create different streams of income, because it's very important. But with all the doomsday stuff we were talking about last week, there is a lot of opportunities out there. If you notice my tagline, I say I'm a real wealth advocate. I believe that one of the reasons I'm in real estate is because I believe in real wealth, not the paper currency in our pocket that we use on a daily basis to exchange for goods and services in this country. I believe in real wealth, real estate being one of them. This isn't about our Swiss Gold Global business, but Paul had brought it up, but gold and silver. I'm an advocate for hard, real, tangible assets. and we still have the ability and the freedom and the liberty and the opportunity in this country to still build real wealth and build a portfolio full of real estate, gold and silver, and there's many other asset classes as well that do really well without getting off on a tangent here. But multiple streams of income. I agree, Paul, 100% that you've got to have something other than your job. I imagine most of the people that are probably watching us, Paul, and looking to participate and join our team, most of these people have jobs that they know are not going to cut it in the long term. Yeah, it's putting some money in their pocket right now to take care of a few bills and your monthly necessities, but it's not building you wealth. It's not going to set you financially free, and that's why you need to look down other avenues to build passive other streams of income. And real estate wholesaling is a fantastic way to do that, especially when you have little money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we could go into a conversation right now about how inflation is killing your potential chances of getting anywhere in this world. We could go into the fact about how your job, every job, I don't care what career, what line of business, what line of work you're in, every job in this country has a cap on it and has limited potential income and growth to it. That's just the way that the system is set up. We could go into the fact of how the system is set up, which basically creates a lifetime of slavery with you having to go out there and work day in and day out, week in and week out, with someone else becoming wealthy off the back of your efforts. So, I mean, we could go into a lot of conversations about these different things, but today we want to focus on the fact that, there is a multitude of opportunity available today, probably more than at any other time in history. I want to just mention the fact of how and why that opportunity is available right now. It's because of the depression, and don't let anybody fool you into thinking 2008 and what we're going through right now was not a recession. This is a full-out depression, probably the worst one ever, to be honest with you. They were just had the ability to mask it even better than before. So we've had 4 major depressions in this country: in 1989, 1890, 1930, in the 70s, and 2008. And each time we have one of these great depressions, we usher out an old era and we usher in a new era. A whole transitional phase happens. And like in 1890s, we got rid of the Wild Wild West frontier days. We went into the agricultural era where farming was the place to be. In the 1930s, we ushered out farming. We went into the industrial age where manufacturing and production was the place to be. And in the 70s, we ushered out manufacturing and industry, and we moved into the consumer era where debt and spending was the place to be. And then 2008, that all blew up, and we usher that out, and that's all over now. Don't think that that's the same. And we're moving into a phase of creativity, knowledge, education, a whole new way of business that things are going to be getting done in the near future. But what happens at each one of these transitions is afterwards, after the collapse, and before the real change takes place, before the new era is ushered in, there's a big transitional period. And during this period, the masses are led to believe that, oh, hey, everything's fixed, we're fixing it, don't worry, go back to your old lives, it's all fine, we got this under control. And while you're all going back to their old lives, the people that have any sense are becoming rich beyond all belief, because during that transitional period, they're the ones that are looking forward and taking advantage of the opportunities that are available that are coming from the future. Okay, you have to look at the future. You can't sit back right now and go, oh, everything's okay, the economy's getting better, housing's getting better, I can go back to my old life. Your old life is gone. They want you to believe it's not, but it is gone, and you need to start looking for a real opportunity that's geared toward the future and not trying to fall back on what happened in the past.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a fantastic, quick history lesson, a snapshot of the different phases America's gone through and how each depression signifies, or major recession, as the 70s was a depression, major recession, how each one of those stages ushered in something new. And it was those forward thinkers, the entrepreneurs, that knew that things had just changed. I'm not looking back, I'm only looking at today and moving forward into the future, that made millions of dollars during these times. 2008, I like that analogy. America's been a last 45 years based on credit, unlimited spending, unlimited borrowing, and consumerism. You know what? Why buy something for $300 that's going to last me a lifetime when I can buy that item cheap for about 50 bucks and I'll replace it 6 times throughout my lifetime? Like, those days, they're over. You talk to the younger people, and they just don't have that consumer credit mentality anymore. We're done with it. 2008, like, sealed it. Look what happened to the real estate market because of excessive spending and lending and credit bubble that we were in. It's gone. It's exploded. Those times are over. It's a brand new world. And it's been about 6 years since then, and more people are waking up to it. But 80% of people out there are still asleep. The Walking Dead, I like to, as one of my mentors, Preston Ely, always uses that phrase, the Walking Dead.
Yep.
Don't be one of those people. There is more opportunity now than probably there was in 2007 because of what happened in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
I would even say that I consider this the start of the entrepreneurial age in America, where people that are going to that are creative, people that have ideas, that seek out knowledge and education and keep their eyes open for opportunities, that look at, hey, there's a problem, and I have an idea that can fix that. That's the definition of an entrepreneur. And more people are starting home-based and getting involved with home-based businesses because they realize that a job is never, ever, ever, ever going to take you to the promised land unless you're high up the food chain in the corporate world and you're actually taking those funds and those large paychecks and buying cash-flowing assets with it. Otherwise, if you're like the most of America, which has been rendered, the middle class has been rendered into working in the service industry, flipping burgers or checking you out at the supermarket, and I have a lot of respect for anybody who's willing to get up in the morning and face the day and go out there and work and earn their way, because too many of us nowadays are just taking the handouts and getting on unemployment and have given up. But that's not me, that's not Paul, that's not you people who are looking to get into real estate. Like, I would say this is the age of the entrepreneur, and who's going to make it are the people that are out there looking to create multiple streams of passive income, create their own businesses, use the internet as a tool, utilize this medium, these hangouts. I mean, this stuff that Google is doing is the future of communication. It's really going to be, people need to connect with one another and bring their ideas to the forefront, bring their ideas into existence, make them a reality. And you might be asking yourself, this is great information, guys, but how does this relate to real estate wholesaling? I'm going to leave Paul to tie that in. And I see he's jotting stuff down because I know he's got some ideas here he wants to add.
Yeah, I wanted to say that a couple things you touched on real quick was the fact that you said that this was there was more opportunity available now than there was like in 2005 and 6 and 7. These transitional periods that I talked about after these depressions, these are the periods of time throughout history that more millionaires, billionaires, whatever heirs were created than at any time during high prosperity. And just as John said, there's going to be more millionaires created in the past 5 and the next 5 years than there ever was created in 2002 to 2006. I mean, that's just the way it is, because this is where opportunity is created, and opportunity is created out of change. And like I said, every Every depression signifies the ushering out of one era and the ushering in of a new era, which means drastic, huge changes, which means drastic, huge possibilities for drastic, huge wealth building. And that's just the way it is. And then the other thing that John touched on, missed the mark just a little bit on what the entrepreneur is. I wanted to throw out the fact that you said that the entrepreneur sees a problem and says, hey, I have an idea to fix that problem, right? Well, that's not quite good enough. The entrepreneur actually gets paid to go to fix that problem.
Yes, left that part out. That's the key part.
Yeah. You know, you want to be getting paid, of course. That's kind of what this is all about. So, you know, even in real estate right now with wholesaling, what we're doing is solving people's problems. We go out there, we find people who have a problem with real estate, and we present a solution to them. And with our solution, oftentimes one of those solutions is our ability to purchase their property for them and get them out of these problems that they're in. So we are entrepreneurs in the real estate business where we are solving people's housing problems. And so that's kind of how that whole thing ties in right there. As far as, you know, the opportunity, I want to expand just a little bit more on the opportunity that's available out there, because yes, this real estate wholesaling opportunity, as we've talked about on some previous calls, it's never going to go away because people always have problems with houses. And as long as you know how to find these people who have problems, you're always going to have an opportunity to make money wholesaling real estate. That's just the way the world is. Everybody always has problems, okay? And we're out there solving the real estate problems. But there's a multitude of problems that are out there that you can find solutions to and fix them. And looking on the opposite side, the flip side of that, John mentioned the forward thinkers. There's just a multitude of opportunity in so many areas today, especially in the online world. If you are somebody that is, well, I guess you wouldn't be if you're here on Google Hangouts. I was going to say if you're somebody that, you know, is afraid of the computers and all of that sort of thing, you got to just face it, man. Google is Big Brother, and Google's going to be taking over the world, and everybody can find you online these days. Your information is out there. There's no getting around it. It's reality. The internet is here to stay. It's never going away. It is the trend, the wave of the future, and anything that you can find to get involved, to catch this wave of this trend of anything internet, anything online, you have a huge possibility right now of making lots and lots of money that can take you out of the, you know, like I said, out of the herd and put you ahead of the curve. So just really, I mean, open your eyes. Look at where the world is. I mean, we can't continue printing billions and billions of dollars. It's not going to happen. I mean, solving the problems that way, it's a dead end, kick the can down the road solution that's going to come to an end very soon. And when that happens, you know, 80% of the people are going to get caught with their pants down again, just like they did in 2008. That's just the way it works. But if you get on board right now with something, anything at all, real estate, internet, technologies, you know, there's a multitude of opportunity out there. We're just telling you guys, man, if we're not resonating with you on this, if this isn't a way that you want to make money, and I suggest that you have this be at least one way that you're making money, as we opened up this call talking about multiple streams of income. Get something started in one place, get it automated, have it making money for you, and move on to something else and start bringing in another stream. So I'm done with that, John. We're pretty much out of time here. I'm going to kick it back over to you to finish this out. And guys, come on board, get some real estate wholesaling going. I'm telling you, we can get you on the deals, flipping a property, 69 days or less. I mean, there's no guarantees in that. There's no guarantees in nothing in life, right? But, I mean, honestly, we can show you how to get directly to the heart of somebody with a problem that you can go solve.
Right. Well, you know, great commentary, Paul. And I just want to say, you know, there is a lot of opportunities out there, and there's an opportunity right here for anybody that wants to get involved and learn wholesaling at no out-of-pocket costs to you. Just simply send us an email and let us know who you are and why you want to do this and a little bit about yourself at propertynoodlers@gmail.com. You can see it in my tagline down here at the bottom. And I want to end today basically by just stressing the point that don't follow the herd. You know, Earl Nightingale says in The Strangest Secret that the biggest plague facing American society today is conformity.
Yeah,
Because
and when did he say that, John? When did he say that? That was
he
how
said
old?
that in 1950,
Yeah.
1950s.
And how
And
much?
I would even say if it was a problem then, it's more of a problem now because there's so many more influences on us through the media than there was even 65 years ago when that comment was made. It is the greatest plague facing us. Why are we getting up and following the herd to slaughter? You know, I had a conversation, real quick, I'll end it with this. I had a conversation with my mother-in-law yesterday talking about real estate and how she's like, now's the time to buy. And I told her how a couple of investors that me and Paul know intimately got stuck. One investor in particular stuck in 5 houses because he bought into the appreciation the end of last year, overpaid, thinking things were going to go up, 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 up. Property prices have flatlined and in some areas have depreciated. He's stuck in 5 houses. He can't sell them or he's going to lose money. He's turned them into rentals. Now he's not in a bad position as far as where some people were in '08, but that's the problem when you jump in with the herd. That wasn't his strategy. And you know what? I made that comment to her, and she said, well, that's okay because home prices, they'll eventually go back up. You know, people, those days are over that. You do not invest based on appreciation. It's just not how you do it. You know, don't follow that herd. You know, you got to be wiser than the herd. And with that being said, I'd like to end today, as we end our Swiss Flow Global trainings, with the Napoleon Hill prayer. And it goes like this: O universe, I ask not for more riches, but more wisdom with which to make wiser use of the riches you gave me at birth, consisting in the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever means I might desire. Think about what that means, and have a great week, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday. Thank you.
Let me just throw in. That Napoleon Hill prayer there. I love that. And to me, the key phrase in there is, "I ask for more wisdom." Okay.